Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Expert Matters. I'm your host, Shruti Bohra, and today I'm joined by someone who's carved a clear data led path in the world of product management, Manik Agarwal. Currently working with Zepto, Manik has previously worked at Capgemini and brings experience across both client facing and user first product environments. So, if you're an MBA student dreaming of becoming a product manager, this is your roadmap episode. Let's jump right into it. Thank you so much, Manik, for joining us today.
Thank you, Shruti, for inviting me for this call. I love to talk to you regarding my path, my journey, and how did I end it as a product manager currently working as Zepto. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Please.
Awesome. Equally thrilled. I wanted to start with understanding your experience and also tell all our viewers about your journey. So, can you just give us a rough background about your journey so far so that we can dig into more questions at a later point?
Yeah, sure. So, I went for my MBA from TAPI Management Institute, Manipal in 2020 and completed my MBA in 2022. Then I joined Capgemini in 2022 as a product manager. There I was working in a sustainable IT domain where I was working on developing a, a proper product for the clients, which can help them to calculate their overall CO2 emissions, which having different taxes on different countries. So we are helping the clients to reduce their emissions as well. After working for more than 2 years there, I last year I joined Zepto as a product manager, and here I'm working in a search and recommendation team. Here I'm taking care of search and recommendation experience overall. That means I work at intersection of user intent and discovery, helping user find what they're looking for quickly, and also surfacing items they didn't know they wanted. What excites me the most is that search is both science and art. It combines
Mhm.
algorithm precision with user empathy. Every minor tweak can drive significant change in the conversion and user satisfaction. So especially in high frequency use case like grocery. So yeah, this is overall my experience till now.
Wow, it sounds really fascinating. Can you walk us through your current role at Zepto? And like you said, what excites you most about working on search and recommendations? You do have mentioned that, but can you tell us how does your day at Zepto look like?
So we are building this search system understanding from the last 1 year from the scratch, and here we have developed different features, different system understanding to give the precise results to the users. So major of the people who are coming, major of the users who are coming on our platform, majorly they do search first. We Zepto as an app is a discovery based platform, not a browse based platform. So for out of 100 people who are coming on our applications, 70 to 75 people do search first. So they have a clear intent that they want to buy from our application. So for that, what we need to do is we need to create that system, build that system that can help us to give the right results to the user if anyone is putting some queries on the search bar. And if we are giving the right results, right SKUs to the user, then our ATC, add to cart, then our average order value conversion would increase. So in search, data science plays a very important role. Hence, we have a different machine learning model which is helping us to predict different L1s, L2s, and L3s. These kind of very technical keywords which I am using right now. I understand many of you will not be able to understand this, but um, it's a part of a data science models which we use and which we map to the different SKUs to give the right result to the user. So machine learning train itself according to the different data sets which we put in the system, different SKUs in the different categories. And when someone's searching for different queries on the applications, we will give them the right results on the search result page.
Awesome. So that's a lot of technical and business layers where, a role of product manager crafts in. That's very insightful, to be honest. Can you also help us understand what specific skills do you need, or, what specific tools have helped you in your journey after your MBA into transitioning into a full-time product management role?
Yeah, so like it's a very good question, first of all, and it's a very important question because everyone thinks that product manager is the one who just try to solve a problem, but it's not that true. Our product managers are the one who try to do a root cause analysis of a problem, like what are the problems we currently have and why we are facing this issue. We need to find those problems only. Okay, and from on those problems we have to work not on all problems but on a high impact problems that we can solve and give a good impact in terms of metrics, in terms of number. So first thing is that we are not trying to solve everything. We're just trying to do an RC of one problem, then try to solve a main problem from that problems. Okay. Then second would be I say problem solving ability is the first one. Second would be I say second would be first principle thinking. Okay, so in MBA, okay, let's talk about MBA as well. In MBA, we used to solve very different case studies, and in case studies, we try to solve a problem which is coming from the different company side. Like they are facing some revenue loss, they are facing decrease in conversion, they are facing some operation loss, operation expenses has increased. These kind of real world problems we are trying to solve in our MBA. The same kind of thing is happen in product management as well, where we're trying to understand why our add to cart has decreased, why our average order value has decreased, and how to increase that, and why our gross profit per order has decreased. So these kind of problems we are trying to solve in a real base scenarios. So I think first principle thinking would play a very important role while we are trying to solve these problems, because you need to understand first that okay, if GPPO is gross profit is going down, or if uh, add to cart is going down, then what could be the possible problems that we are facing, but we are not able to see, but we have just think in our mind, okay, these kind might be the possible problems that is happening in our system. So we need to check that later. So yeah, second thing would be this first principle thinking, and third would be the stakeholder management. It's really important to manage your stakeholders because they have some expectations from you, and to understand their problems and try to understand their ask is very important, because we are working with simultaneously with tech team, with business team, and with leadership as well. So it's really important to make a balance between all of them, and to convey your end goal well. So that's all I think is the main skills you need as a product manager after doing an MBA.
Awesome. That's super relatable, and that gives a clear roadmap to the students who are wondering if they need to master everything before even they begin. So that is amazing. Speaking of beginning, your Capgemini role sounds like a foundational phase. So let's talk about that. How did your time at Capgemini prepare you for a role like Zepto's? Because it's two different worlds, especially in terms of technical product thinking.
Okay, so at Capgemini, I was involved in sustainable IT team. I already discussed with you, which exposed me to both business and tech side. I often acted as a bridge between client and engineering team, which taught me how to translate business goals into tech requirements, a core skill for any product manager. More importantly, it helped me to become comfortable with ambiguity, prioritizing ruthlessly, and communicating clearly. Things I use in Zepto every day. So I think this overall experience which I have got in Capgemini was really great, and yeah, I think that.
Interesting. So enterprise experience really gave you product structure, if I'm correct. And while the startup world on your speed, because you are at Zepto working at a high growth environment.
So both are the different world. Okay, Capgemini is a big IT company, and their work culture, their work environment, their projects are pretty different from Zepto, because Zepto is a B2C application which providing the delivery in 10 minutes, and it's a great idea. So both have a different world, different working environment. So I think I was working at Capgemini at a very different phase and a very different working culture. But at Zepto, we are working fast, we are developing fast, we are evolving at a very fast pace.
And while you have worked across both the domains, what goes into creating a great product requirement document, and how can MBA grads train themselves to write one?
Okay, so uh, a good PRD is very clear, precise, concise, and user focused. We are not trying to write a big paragraphs for 2, 3, 4 pages. We are not trying to do that. PRD mainly required to just write what's a problem statement, and how you're gonna solve it, and what can be the possible user story, and what is the metrics, success metrics for this particular product which you are going to develop. So it's very simple. We need to write very clear and concise PRD. No need to write very big jargons on the PRD. Big heavy keywords, English keywords. You don't need to write those, because it should be very easily understandable by the tech team. And if you want, like if you ask me a suggestion for MBA grad, I will say like they can pick any live app, or they can take a help of ChatGPT and other models. They can give the that model can give them a live sample of different problem statements, different applications, hypothetical applications, and then they try to solve any problem by writing different PRDs. Also, they can try to read different PRDs from the open source projects available on Google. Also, they can take some help from PMs or mentors through LinkedIn by connecting with them and try to understand their path and what they do as a product manager. So these are the three advice from my side for the MBA grads.
Quite actionable advice. It's something students can, start picking right now. And once the PRD is ready, of course, the next big thing is data and validation. So, in your experience, how important is data in decision making? And can you also share a moment where analytics shifted your roadmap?
Yeah, so data plays a very important role in product management. We are not be able to do anything without backup of data and proof of data which we are having, because if we have a data, then we can easily work on something, or sorry, if we have a data, then we can easily work on our roadmap on which we have to develop different features. And okay, so there's one line called "numbers don't lie." So yeah, numbers obviously plays a very important role in product management and in decision making for the future roadmap. Also, if you ask me how analytics change decisions, so we are working on very different features, product features for Zepto applications, on which we are seeing different data points, data metrics, like average order value, add to cart, um, uh, you can say average selling value, GPPO, gross profit per order, net margin. So these kind of data points we see, conversions, these kind of data points we see at Zepto.
Definitely. So while you were sharing a lot of technicality, but a lot of students fear not being technical enough because they don't have engineering or they don't have a background which supports their technical knowledge. So how can someone having a business background overcome technical knowledge? Is it okay for them to have an MBA degree and get into a product management role, and later on will they be able to cope up or maybe keep up with the technical skill set required in this domain?
Okay, so this fear is common, and it was with me as well when I was doing my MBA, and that is simply understandable because you don't have an idea of a real world problems looks like, and you didn't work yet on those problems. So, but as a product manager, you don't need to code, and you just need to understand how things works. Okay, so it's not about coding; it's about how you structure your thinking and how you understand different working of a systems which is happening in any company. Okay, so start with learning basic tech concepts like what is API, databases, latencies. In terms of search, I can talk about add to cart, average order values, conversions. What are these things? Okay, and out of stocks. So these are the main keywords which we use as a product management people. Also try to understand how to use SQL. That plays a very important role because we need to uh, we need to fetch different data points, databases from different tables from different databases through SQL. So it's very important to a product manager to know how to use SQL in a proficient way. So I would suggest to start learning SQL. Third would be I would say try to engage with more product related posts, engineering posts on LinkedIn or anywhere you are getting those posts. So you try to understand how world is changing, how product development has changed, what is agile methodology, and what are sprints. So these kind of thing you should know. And you can also do some online courses as well of a product management from a different website like Coursera, etc.
Hmm.
Also, you can pair it with the strong communication and product thinking. And I
Mhm.
think if you're good, your goal isn't to write the code, it's make a tech choice with clarity and context. So that's my
That's a
solution.
very healthy perspective, to be honest, because it's, a great confident boost for many listeners who might feel intimidated when things become a little technical. So, whatever you have just said, it's more about empathy and clarity than technical jargons. So it helps a lot. And of course, we all make mistakes. That's where the real learning comes in. My next question is one of my favorite questions, which I'm going to ask you now. What is the one mistake you made early in your product career journey and that students can learn from?
Okay, so when I started, okay, so okay, so that's a very common perspective for from every MBA guy. They want to
Uh-huh.
change the world after doing an MBA. Like for me and for my friends who did MBA with me as well, has a perspective to change the world after doing an MBA and do really good things in the life. But the thing is that you need to hold your horses and try to understand what is required to do the work, not to solve everything. So in early stages, I tried to solve too many problems in one go, and my PRD was really broad and too ambitious to think of. So that thing I learned that great PMs don't build things. Okay, they solve problems deeply. So break big features into small shipping chunks and validate fast. It was helping me. After that I learned that okay, you don't need to solve everything on the plate, you just need to solve the big problem, big chunk that can help you to get some good numbers and metrics. So yeah.
That's such an honest answer. I'm sure we all have been there at some point or the other. And I think that lesson will stay with a lot of our listeners as well. And it stays with me because after my MBA, I also wanted to change the world. So now let's just wrap up. Let's get a clear action plan before you leave us. Finally, if an MBA student wants to become a product manager in the next 6 to 12 months, what would your step by step advice be?
Okay, so first would be I would suggest to the listeners that learn the basic of the product management, how process work, how the flows work in terms of when you think of something, when you brainstorm of some of the ideas, then what's the next step? How do you go forward with that idea and go to the next step? First is brainstorming, then understanding the views of of the other teams, other stakeholders as well for the particular feature which you are going to develop. I would suggest also to read some books as well. One of the book is Decode and Conquer by Lenny's newsletter, so you can read that also. Second would be like try to take some real cases, world cases through different sources, Google it or find it from ChatGPT, and try to break it down. Try to write PRD, mock PRD, and then give that PRD to your mentor, product mentor, or try to give it back to the ChatGPT as well, and ask that ChatGPT to evaluate it if it's fine or not, and what can be the possible shortcoming you are having while writing the PRD. Second would be pick a niche market. For example, if you want to be a product manager, first you have to decide in which domain, on which sector you want to go in. Fintech, consumer, e-commerce, quick commerce, B2B SaaS. So there are different type of product managers available in market right now, and developing in product manager working on different problem statements in a different industry, in a different domain. So you need to figure out first that what you want to be and in which domain you want to work. Fourth would be, I would say, network smartly, reach out to different PMs, attend meetups, join committees of product management. There are ample number of groups on WhatsApp as well. So you can try to understand their perspective and try to gain some experience from them. Or fifth point would be apply with the intention. If you're applying after preparing all those things, if you're applying for any job, then don't spray and pray. Tailor each applications, like give it some hard work to it and crack it. And sixth point would be, I would say, intern or freelance if possible. Like if you're getting any chance or any opportunity to do internship or freelancing for any product management role or any life project, if you're getting in your MBA, then I would suggest go towards to it and do it. Like you will get a really good experience from a basic understanding of product management. Yeah, and the
That's
last
good.
be stay curious, keep shipping small ideas, writing and mentoring others. So yeah, that's all from my side.
Awesome. That was very straightforward, practical, and very achievable if someone, stays consistent in their journey. That's all. Manik, thank you so much for breaking things down with such clarity today. Your journey, I'm sure, it proves that product management isn't just about the title and designation. It's more about curiosity, the mindset you have while working, the storytelling ability, the empathy you bring, and of course, the shipping value which you add to your role. So I'm sure everybody who's listening, if they are MBA student, they're definitely going to learn from your journey. And you have broken everything down in such a smart format and such an actionable format that everybody listening to this would have a nudge to implement it as soon as possible. Thank you
Sure,
so much for joining us today, and thank you so much for taking our time, especially during your working hours. That means a lot.
sure, Shruti. Thank you for inviting me for this call, and I hope uh, I have given good insights to you and to your listeners as well. And if you want to connect with me, anyone can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Definitely. I'm going to attach the link of your LinkedIn profile in the description of this video so that everybody who wants to become a product manager exactly like you would hit you up on LinkedIn. Thank you so much again.
You have a good day. Bye bye.